It's Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. 2 in 2 weeks. That is a mock-up of Bobby Roode's robe. The Undertaker is back. Tombstone pile driver. Reigns it in the ring. Reigns downs The Undertaker. The Phenom is down. Oh, WrestleMania beckons these two. Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. Well, we are on our way to WrestleMania now. We have, 3 episodes of Raw, I believe, to go until we are at the grandest stage of them all. And tonight is going to be a pretty big one. Much in the same way how last week's had a pretty big one. We saw last week the involvement of The Undertaker and Roman Reigns and Marty Scurll calling out Hiroshi Tanahashi to be here tonight. Well, they are all going to be here, and it's going to be a big one. Here tonight, tag team match to main event the evening. This is going to be a great one. Hiroshi Tanahashi and The Undertaker teaming up to take on Roman Reigns and the World Heavyweight Champion Marty Scurll. Those are the big matches heading into WrestleMania, and that is the big match coming our way tonight. A main event that you absolutely cannot miss out on. One that's going to have large implications heading into WrestleMania as well. This one going to be a great one you don't want to miss. But before we can get into tonight's action, we start things off by hearing from none other than the runner-up in the King of the Ring, the man you've all been wanting to hear from, Christian. And here he comes towards the ring. Christian, the first time we've seen him since last Sunday's King of the Ring, the surprise of the tournament, runner-up. And when he reached the final, it turned from Christian proving an upset to people wanting Christian to win over Aleister Black. Obviously, though, things did not go that way, which was a shame for Christian, but, you know, these things happen. That's the nicest way I could say. These things happen. And it happened to Christian. He has a microphone in his hand right now, and I wonder what it is that he wants to talk about. Talking about how last week he proved everyone wrong. He proved that he's still got it. He's not just some worn-out old-timer who's still here to get a little bit of pennies in his pocket. He proved that he can still hang with some of the biggest guys around here. He did his family proud. He did Monday Night Raw proud. He did everyone proud. I'm not going to argue with it. He's spot on. But Christian believes he did not make himself proud. He lost in the finals of that King of the Ring tournament. He was devastated by it. Everything that he put into it was gone. All he wants is one more match before he retires. One more big match. And he is asking the general manager to do it. For the peeps in attendance and those who were made at King of the Ring. And the Raw general manager, it seems, is going to have a reply to that, because he is making his way out here right now. We are awaiting the arrival of the Raw general manager, and here he is, Mr. Dredge, heading towards the ring with interesting, I would assume, interesting news to give to us right now. That is not how you get... okay. Maybe go over the top. Oh my God, Christian. Okay, we've always wondered how people size up in comparison to Mr. Dredge. There's your answer. Christian comes up to his titty. That is a big man. A very big man. Dredge saying that although Christian believes he didn't do himself proud, he did Mr. Dredge proud. He took this brand to the finals. He proved that he is still a star, an overlooked star at that. Since he was impressed by him, his wish will be fulfilled. And he will get his title match on one condition. He wins here tonight. Oh, Christian being given a great chance here on Monday Night Raw to kick things off. And he's saying that he will not disappoint. He needs to put all his heart and his soul into this match one more time, and he'll come out with the win. He doesn't care who it is. He will earn the shot. He'll win the title. He will do it for everyone who has supported him from the very beginning. And he thanks the Raw General Manager once more. But if there's anyone doing the thanking, it's going to be Mr. Dredge, thanking Christian for making Raw the best brand it can possibly be. It's because of guys like... No, that's not wrong. That's just wrong. Nevertheless, he is telling him to not disappoint him, because he doesn't want to feel like Christian has wasted his time. That is all for this evening. Good luck in his match. There you have it, Mr. Dredge giving Christian the opportunity of a lifetime right now. A title shot if he wins right here, right now on Monday Night Raw. He has got the eyes of Raw on him, and he's most certainly got the eyes as well of the general manager on him, no less. This is a huge chance for Christian. Well, Christian stands in the ring, and Mr. Dread wasn't lying when he said this was a tough opponent, because it absolutely is. Bobby Lashley is going to be Christian's opponent for the evening. Well, he had to overcome the heart of Kota Ibushi. He had to overcome the lethal offense of Matt Riddle. But now he has to overcome a powerhouse in Bobby Lashley to kick things off on Raw. If Christian is so hungry for these chances, he needs to make them count. If he believes there's only one more match in him, he needs to make it count right now by beating Bobby Lashley to start things off here in this episode of Raw. Lashley heading into the ring, and you've got to imagine there's the same fire within Lashley as there is within a guy like Christian. That idea of not wanting to be overlooked, not wanting to be glossed over, not wanting to be shoved down the card, wanting to prove that you belong in the big stages. Can he make that happen here this evening? It's going to be incredibly tough to do it, I will say. I imagine, Christian also, I know it was 8 days ago, but he wrestled 3 matches in that time. That is perhaps Christian wrestled 3 matches in one night. I think up until that, he had wrestled about 3 matches in 4 months on a televised episode of Raw. And now he has to try and not only prove his own against Bobby Lashley, but beat this man to get an opportunity of the title. Christian has had to fight with a lot of uphill battles these last few weeks and months, really. And another one right in front of him right now as we start things off on what will be a hectic episode of Monday Night Raw. Ronda Rousey and Asuka here tonight as well. The concerns over what happened last week in the tag team #1 contenders match might be put to bed as well. That'll be up later on this evening. Velveteen Dream here as well. This one's going to be another stacked episode of Monday Night Raw, no doubt about it. Lashley using his speed, sweeping around Christian and hitting a nasty gutbuster there. Christian having to roll outside of the ring as a result of it. On the outside, though, Christian just standing there right now. Does he want to do battle out here? Maybe trying to think that the barricade can help him here against Bobby Lashley, sending him rig first into it and then sending him into the apron. There is a lot of fire in the start from Christian here. Lashley trying to make things happen for him right now. Back in the ring we go. Big forearm in the face there. Heavy chop as well. Look at these strikes from Christian, but quickly stopped by Lashley once again. Full Nelson. Oh! Huge full Nelson slam. Christian felt every last ounce of that one. There's no doubt about it. How is Christian doing mentally and physically? He said he feels like he's let himself down. And perhaps one of the worst things that a wrestler can have is self-doubt. If you're doubting yourself week in and week out, then that's not going to do you any favors. That's going to really knock your confidence. And it's going to be tough for Christian to get a win in this predicament if he thinks that maybe he is not good enough. I know it might be saying that he believes he deserves this opportunity, he deserves the title. But if he's saying that he's doubting himself because of his loss at King of the Ring, wants to say that won't carry over into other aspects of his wrestling right now. Christian, though, not wasting any time. Going up to the top rope here. Definitely looking to seize this win. Went for the elbow drop, but took too long. Lashley capitalizes. Up against the ropes now is Christian. Irish whip off the ropes comes Lashley. Huge leapfrog there from the big man. Ducks under Christian as well and all. Forearm right in the face of Captain Charisma. Cover made by Lashley now. Trying to put him away. Christian kicking out early. And goes back to that chin lock again, does Lashley. Stitching it in. His large arms definitely being enough to try and pin down Christian right there, but he's not giving in. Christian fighting back here. Lashley needs to come up with some harder offense if he wants to keep Christian down. Christian, though, might be able to finish him right now. Kill switch! Kill switch by Christian. Rolled him the wrong way. Rolled him the wrong way, though. A huge mistake made by Christian. Rolled him in the wrong direction. Rope break saves Lashley, and he makes Christian pay. Another gutbuster. Lashley may well have lost that match if not for what Christian just did there. A veteran making a rookie mistake and Lashley making him pay, lifting him up, power slamming him into the mat. And all of a sudden everything is coming up Bobby Lashley because of one vital mistake from Christian. Lashley in place now. Delayed vertical suplex. Christian hits the mat as a result of it, and there should only be one move left to end things now. Oh my god, but for that, belly to belly, overhead, doesn't even bother ducking under. Christian went flying over his head, and now into another deadlift power slam. Christian planted with it. Is it enough to put him away? There's still fire in Christian. There's still some heart in Captain Charisma that Lashley hasn't got rid of yet. But this might be the final blow to do it. Lines it up. There's the spear from Lashley. 1, 2, 3. Christian defeated. No title shot coming his way. And a costly mistake can be pinned on it. He should have won with that kill switch. Rolled him the wrong way. And as a result of it, Christian has no title shot coming his way by the end of this Raw. Lashley, your winner here, and an important win for him to bounce back in momentum. But look at that. A dejected, disappointed Christian once more. Defeated by Lashley in a match that arguably he should have won. A fine way to kick off Monday Night Raw, but one that Christian's going to be looking on with in deep disappointment. Time to move on to our next contest, however. Triple threat match on its way. Rezar, Cesaro, and Shelton Benjamin. Well, as our heart sinks for Christian once more, we have to move on here. There's plenty of action coming our way on Monday Night Raw. Now then, let's talk about this one a little bit. Last week on Monday Night Raw, the duo of Shelton Benjamin and Cesaro. Sorry, Shelton Benjamin and Lars Sullivan taking on Cesaro and Sami Zayn. The winners were supposed to face the Authors of Pain. Sounds pretty simple, right? Nope, didn't end up going that way. What ended up happening instead was that we witnessed a very interesting and almost history repeating itself kind of outcome as Cesaro and Benjamin fought on the outside to the count of 10. A draw between both sides and no winner declared, no number one contender declared for the World Tag Team titles. Now what I don't know is if this has implications as in the winner of this match challenges Akam and Rezar for the belts. If, you know, Cesaro or Benjamin win it, I don't know, honestly. Dredge didn't clarify that with me. But I mean, he is a busy man right now heading into Wrestlemania season, as we all are. Trying to put together the biggest and best shows that we can. This one, though, going to be a very entertaining contest. Cesaro and Benjamin locking horns once more. And Rezar being thrown into the mix as well will make it a very interesting triple threat contest. Cesaro arguably probably should have won that match last week. Him and Sami Zayn were in the driver's seat, but instead the aggression got to them. The hatred blinded the vision of Cesaro, and it cost him big time. He paid for it. And as a result of it, we don't have a number one contender to the tag team titles right now, but we could very well by the end of this evening for all we know. But here comes a man who will have a very large target on his back because of what he has around his waist. Rezar heading towards the ring. No Drake Maverick, no Akam to accompany him. One half of the World Tag Team Champions, though, still heads towards the ring. Rezar, a powerhouse, no doubt about it. But Cesaro is pound for pound one of the toughest guys in this universe. Shelton Benjamin is a guy you can't overlook either. This actually is probably more Cesaro and Benjamin's match than it is Rezar. I know Rezar has a belt around his waist, but that is a tag team belt. This ain't a tag team match. This is a triple threat. There's no tag team aspect to this one. You've got to be the best singles wrestler possible, and I think that's where Cesaro and Benjamin have the advantage, especially Cesaro. He's a former ECW champion for about 6 months. He knows what he's doing in this scenario. If anything, this is probably Cesaro's to lose more than anyone else's. He should definitely try and make the most full extent of that as he can, as this one will be as this one will prepare to begin right now. If Cesaro wins this, then I'd be hard-pressed to find a better argument for Cesaro and Sami Zayn against the Authors of Pain. If Shelton Benjamin wins this one, same it goes. If Rezar wins this one, however, might be a bit of an interesting situation we'll find ourselves in. We're about to find out, though. Triple threat match here on Monday Night Raw. And we begin, and look at who Cesaro has his eyes on right away, but he lets him walk past him. Benjamin, far more interested in Rezar, it would seem. No, but Cesaro far more interested in Shelton Benjamin as he drops him down in his gut right there, heading towards Rezar right now. What's interesting is about Rezar is, for as much muscle mass as he has, he is arguably, well no, it isn't arguably, he's the same size, he's the same height as Cesaro. Which is a very interesting situation if you ask me. Cesaro, they again double teamed. Sweep of the leg by Shelton Benjamin, nicely done. Single leg Boston Crab stitched in here, early submission hold on Rezar. Cesaro watching on from the apron. Good plan so far from the Swiss Superman. And look at this. Cesaro trying to steal one right in front of Benjamin. Rolls up Rezar, broken up there by the gold standard. And with Rezar down, these two men can continue their fighting. And Rezar, smart to do this. Just get out of the ring. These two guys still hate one another, remember. He has no reason to pay attention to what they're doing right now. He can let them tear each other apart and capitalize on it. I think... Actually, no, I have every instinct to believe this is a Drake Maverick plan. Drake Maverick has told Rezar to do this, has told him to stay out of their business unless necessary. And look at that. Walks into an open opportunity, and it's a big German suplex on Cesaro. Why wouldn't he? Window was wide open. Cesaro had his back turned, free to capitalize. Lariat into the back there. That taped up shoulder of Cesaro is certainly going to be feeling the impact of it as well. Here goes Rezar now. Suplex toss. And he's looking like he wants to try and control this match right now by whatever methods he can. As he cranks on the neck of Benjamin to bring him back into this one. Big knee. Rezar doesn't come off his feet that easily, though. Caught the attempted strike there. Slapped him right in the face as well. Very interesting scenes going on here. Smack in the back there by Benjamin. Lining it up now. Big knee. And Rezar goes down. And look at that, he rolls out of the way, and Cesaro and Benjamin have to lock horns once again. That was smart by Rezar getting out of the way. Suplex back in the ring by Benjamin. And this has so far been by Cesaro, sorry. And this has so far been the story of this match. These two guys paying more attention to one another, just how they did last week, the tag team champion. And the guy who arguably is the most important part of this match. Suplex there by Benjamin, first to Cesaro, then to Rezar. The tag team champion gets right back up to his feet and steamrolls Benjamin down. Cesaro comes up with a counter there, though, drop kick, and Rezar comes off his feet here. Opportunity for Cesaro to get something going right now. What can he do here? Nothing. Oh, heavy shoulder tackle by Rezar to take him down off the mat there. Take him down to the mat, rather, my apologies. STO, and down goes Cesaro, but only briefly. The Swiss Superman right back up to his feet with a jawbreaker there. Look at the strength in Cesaro as he hits that uppercut. Absolutely incredible. Snap suplex there on Benjamin as well. Trying to put him away. There's only a 1 count. But Cesaro could have this match won right now. Rezar sat up right now, but I think he is dazed. I think he is incredibly staggered from what he just witnessed, from what he just went through, whereas Shelton Benjamin is about to fall victim of the sharpshooter here. It's locked in, but Rezar is right there to break things up. And look at this. Oh, just driving him into the mat with that back suplex. Cesaro rolls out of the ring as a result of it as well. Huge lariat from Rezar. Goes into the cover. Has he done enough to beat Benjamin? He has. The lariat does it. And Rezar took full advantage of the situation in front of him. That was a Drake Maverick plan, and you can't convince me otherwise. Maverick told him to stay out the way, told him to let Cesaro and Benjamin fight one another and just jump on the opportunity when it was in front of him. And he did, and he won. Rezar, your winner. And I'll tell you what that doesn't do. That doesn't give us a #1 contender. Doesn't fix anything. There's your winner, one half of the tag team champions. That fixes absolutely Nothing at all. We'll see if we'll get an answer on that one at any point, but it's time to move on to our next contest now, though this one's going to be a good one and a good opportunity for one Alexa Bliss as well, as she goes one-on-one against Ronda Rousey. And I've also been told that the respect mentality between Ronda Rousey and Asuka is carried over into this week. Apparently Asuka wants to watch on at ringside with Ronda Rousey in the ring, though I think that may be for a reason other than to help her friend out. Last week, of course, they picked up a win over Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville in tag team action, and they celebrated with one another after it as well. But what I'm thinking is Asuka wants to be at ringside here to have a very close eye on what Ronda Rousey gets up to in this ring. And why wouldn't she? It's a smart idea. These two women are destined to meet at WrestleMania, remember. These two women are destined to square off with one another on the grandest stage of them all. It's a very important job, really, for Asuka to have her number one contender red. Why wouldn't you? Especially when it's someone like Ronda Rousey who's making leaps and bounds every single week, getting better and better every single week she's in the ring. And you might want to try and read her offense as much as you can, so that when the WrestleMania match comes around, yes, Ronda Rousey may well have read up on Asuka and may well have trained for it, but Asuka will know every single bit of Rousey's offense, seen it firsthand, and seen just how to counter it. I could be completely wrong on that one, and I could be trying to make something happen. I could be trying to make drama happen when there's nothing there, but at the same time, I would do it. I think it's a smart idea. If you and your opponent at WrestleMania have respect for one another and they're okay with you being at ringside like this, why in the bloody hell would you not try and get a closer eye on their action? The best way they're going to be able to tell what's going on is with their eyes, and that's exactly what Asuka can do here this evening. Alexa Bliss offering a handshake at the start of this one to Ronda Rousey. Oh, never mind. She just socked her one. I'm not too certain if that's the smartest idea from Rousey, however. That is not going to be Alexa Bliss, though. She is coming out of the gates, trying to swing at Ronda Rousey. That may well have just fired up the baddest woman on the planet, though. Oh, that could have been a big mistake made by Alexa Bliss. Hungry for an opportunity in the midst of these last few weeks and months of Monday Night Raw being about Kairi Sane, Jordan Grace, Ronda Rousey, and Asuka trying to put her name in the hat. Well, that has changed quite a bit right now. That could change by the end of this evening, but certainly she's got the attention of Ronda Rousey right now. She just judo throw with it as a reversal. And now making her pay for it, bending that arm. Already thinking about the armbar in this one. Alexa Bliss there does a good job to catch the leg, and a dragon screw drives Rousey down into the mat. Looking the gut there by Alexa Bliss as well. Let's see what she'll do here. Got the large legs of Rousey, and sending her into the ropes. Throat colliding with that top rope there. That's going to be a hard impact, no doubt about it. Into the turnbuckle now. Bliss went flying in, paid for it though, missed with what she was looking for. Double leg slam by Rousey as well, and a kick right in the chest. This is all about the rowdy one right now. Asuka watching on, I imagine, and realizing that, maybe the Rousey looks for that judo throw as a counter far too often. She can counter that. She can use that to her advantage. Bliss goes up and over the top rope here. This could be an opportunity for Rousey to hit big. Good counter there from Bliss, however. Back in the ring she gets right now. Has the arm, and another disrespectful smack from Alexa Bliss. And Rousey going to make her pay for it. I was expecting a heel hook maybe, but no. Single like Boston Crab applied. A lot of crawling that Alexa Bliss will have to do, but she kicks her way out of it instead. Let's see what Bliss will do now. Big neck breaker there. Bliss going up high. I don't imagine she's looking for Twisted Bliss already. Big senton splash though on Rousey. Might put things away here. No. Alexa Bliss, though, has the rowdy one in control right now. Asuka might be looking at this and thinking, this is how I win at WrestleMania. This is what I got to do to keep Ronda Rousey contained. And I would argue that what Bliss is doing right now might well be the worst mistake, trying to smack Ronda Rousey about, trying to disrespect her, because that's just going to add fuel to the fire of Ronda Rousey. There's a hurricanrana there from Rousey. I definitely believe that trying to disrespect Ronda, trying to get under her skin, is the worst thing you could do. And that's exactly what Bliss is trying in this match. Because all you're doing is just making Ronda Rousey even more angry, and that's going to be reflecting bad on you very shortly. Going out on the top rope there, throat first into it. Here we go now. Ronda Rousey, the twisting Samoan drop. Plants Alexa Bliss into the mat with it. Goes into the cover. Bliss crawled her way to the ropes though. Smart thinking. Uh-oh. Things aren't looking too good right now though for Alexa Bliss. She's pinned between Ronda Rousey and the ropes, and there's nowhere else to go other than this match potentially coming to an end. Bliss flipped over. Alexa Bliss caused her own downfall, because there's the armbar. Bliss with nowhere to go. Bliss trying to fight out of it. Not even kicking faintly. Referee in close to watch it, and there it is. The submission. Ronda Rousey wins. Asuka with a very close eye on the action. What kind of a difference could that make heading into WrestleMania, I wonder? Well, there it is. Victory for Ronda Rousey over Alexa Bliss. Asuka getting in the ring right now, looking at a WrestleMania opponent, and Ronda extending the arm, and Asuka swatting it away. Well, there's no doubt about it. The respect is definitely mixed between these two women. Well, things are definitely heating up between those two heading into WrestleMania. Speaking of things heating up, last week oh, he's doing it again. Things definitely heated up between the Velveteen Dream and Bobby Roode when Dream headed to the ring wearing that very robe. The glorious robe, mocked up in the same fashion as Bobby Roode's. Wore it towards the ring, stood in front of Bobby Roode, posed in front of him, and left. That's all he did, and we saw Roode. He got out of the ring, he looked at him on the apron, and apparently there was a lot of very deep-seated hatred within Roode. He was fired up when he got backstage. He was very aggressive about everything that he had seen. And look at that right now. Dream not exactly helping things out with what he's wearing as he heads towards the ring. He's been trying to get into the head of the Glorious One time and time again. And will he succeed this evening with what he seeks, which is to get under his skin enough that it could lead him towards that United States title? Roode not in action here. I don't even know if Roode is here this evening. What I do know, though, is that the Dream is doing everything he can to annoy the Glorious One. Let's see how well it'll work, though, in just a few moments. Almost looks like Bobby Roode-esque when he makes those poses in the ring. That robe around his waist, though. It's a coy move from Velveteen Dream. He knows what he's doing, and I think what maybe one of the strongest points about it all is that he's doing it well. He's making it work. Because we've seen Roode getting more and more frustrated at him. We've seen more aggression from Bobby Roode. There's no denying it. Dream put him in his sights a few weeks back now. And he's still doing things to annoy him week in and week out. And now he's wearing the robe into the ring. What else will he have lined up his sleeve for action here this evening, I wonder? Dream going to have to compete against Otis Dozovic out of heavy machinery here in this one-on-one contest, though. When the robe comes off, it's the same old in the attire of Velveteen Dream. Let's see what will happen in the ring right now between these two guys. Dream trying to use his speed to get around Otis. Dozovic lariat takes him off his feet. Big main event just a moment away as well. Absolutely do not want to miss it. That's going to have huge implications as we head towards WrestleMania. There's no doubt about it. I'm very much looking forward to what will happen there. Oh, Dozovic with a big counter to the Dream there. Heavy lariat took him off his feet. Dream, though, just trying to do things as he wants to, but Dozovic doing everything in his power to stop him as well. Heavy back elbows there, taking him off his, not taking him off his feet, but staggering on them a little bit as well. Counter by the Dream. Well, reverse DDT. And Dozovic goes back down. See what else Dream will have lined up here this evening. So far, it's just a usual Dream offense. Maybe it's just the robe is all he's going to do to try and frustrate Bobby Roode this evening. Look at the strength of Dream. Not only to hoist up Otis Dozovic like that, but to plant him with that kick right in the ribs. Drop kick this time takes Dozovic off his feet. This is all about the Velveteen Dream right now. Here is the Rainmaker DDT. Will he put him away with it? Absolutely not. Very early kick out from Dozovic there. Neck crank, though, doesn't exactly help things out. Velveteen Dream completely controlling the scenario there. He looked for the absolutely looked to get him with that Death Valley driver. Dozovic came out with a big counter in that moment, and that very much so helped him out. It's kept him alive a little longer in this one. Into the turnbuckle now goes the Dream. And he's about to be going on a trip across the ring to the next one. Dozovic coming in with a big splash. That is a lot of weight coming down on you. Belly to belly. Up and over goes Dream. And now Dozovic completely on the offense right now. He is completely in control, and he might be about to score a huge upset win over Dream. Lining him up here. Has the hammerlock in, but oh, Dream stopped it there. Lariat takes Dozovic off his feet. Slowly getting up to his feet here. What is it that the Velveteen Dream will look for? It for a lariat of some sort. Countered there. Dream gets in that strike in the gut. Dozovic with a full head of steam just batted it off. Connecting with another lariat. And sending the Dream into the turnbuckle once more. Hard counter there from the Velveteen Dream. Has him up on his shoulders. This time, he gets all of it. This time, he gets what he was seeking. Middle of the ring. Wait a minute, he's calling Dozovic up to his feet here now. This could be interesting. Wait a damn minute. Glorious DDT. The glorious DDT by the Velveteen Dream has won it. Dream beats Dozovic with Roode's maneuver. Oh, that is very interesting indeed. Dream your winner, and he does it with a move right out of the gates, right out of the playbook of Bobby Roode. He definitely had more to frustrate him, and now putting the boots on Otis Dozovic after the match is done. Dream certainly sending a message to the US champ, assaulting Otis Dozovic right now, putting the boots to him repeatedly, and Dream is hightailing it because here comes Bobby Roode. And Roode instead will take a microphone in his hand as Dream hightails it here, making his way a long way away from Bobby Roode. And it seems as if that the plans of Velveteen Dream has worked, because Roode is sick of it. Week in and week out trying to mock him. Roode has had enough of it, and he wants to end it. 2 weeks from now, Bobby Roode, Velveteen Dream, one-on-one United States Championship on the line. Roode puts the challenge out to the Dream. And if I was the Velveteen Dream, I'd be giving myself a pat on the back because my plan has worked. And with that, Velveteen Dream has just got himself a shot at the US title. Bobby Roode is playing the games of the Dream. And here we go. It is time for our main event of the evening. After what we just witnessed and after what we've witnessed all tonight, you would think it couldn't get much bigger, but you would be wrong. Because here we go with a huge WrestleMania preview. Main event. Tanahashi and The Undertaker teaming with each other for the first and maybe the last time as well, to take on the duo of Roman Reigns and Marty Scurll. We're all but waiting on the confirmation that Roman Reigns and Undertaker takes place at WrestleMania. We already know Tanahashi will challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. We already know it's ace versus villain on the grandest stage of them all for the biggest title that Monday Night Raw has, but will it be the biggest match heading into WrestleMania? It wouldn't be the first time that a title match has been overshadowed by a match of bigger stature. I mean, look back to last year on WrestleMania. CM Punk and Brock Lesnar went on after the ECW Championship match. The year before, I imagine there are definite examples. There have always been examples of that at WrestleMania. A huge match going on after some world title matches. And on every occasion, they have deserved to go on that late. And I will say, for as much as I think Tanahashi is the one, hopefully, to dethrone the villain, if Reigns and Taker happens at Mania, with what we've seen building up over these two over just the last 2 weeks, we are in for a chaotic meeting on that evening. I said at the end of last week, WrestleMania beckons these two men. And I stand by that statement. Monday Night Raw may not have won the Slammy for the best show of the year, but I'll tell you one thing, 2019 as they head into WrestleMania is one of, I would probably say, it's the strongest card I've seen in terms of a Raw side of things heading into Mania. Ronda Rousey versus Asuka. Marty Scurll versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. And we're waiting to hear them say Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. We've of course heard as well over the last few weeks Roman Reigns and Scurll saying that The Undertaker will be finished at Mania. They stand by that statement. They believe it is going to happen. Will it be the final ride for the dead man? Will it be his last ride? I wonder. We await to find out if that'll be the case or not. But on this evening, in this ring, we have a huge meeting of the minds. Undertaker and Tanahashi teaming with one another. Who would have ever thought that this would have happened? That these two men would stand in the ring alongside one another against the two most opposed, villainized, despised names that Monday Night Raw has to offer. And the first of them towards the ring is Roman Reigns. Heading towards the ring right now. Reigns, of course, ready for this one. Ready to get his hands on The Undertaker once again. 2 weeks in a row now. He has felt the wrath of the chokeslam, but last week Roman Reigns got a little bit over on The Undertaker with a spear to close out the evening. Roman Reigns finally has won on The Undertaker. Effectively, it's 2-1 between them. 2 chokeslams to 1 spear. But here tonight, it is their first quote-unquote legal meeting in a ring. The bell will ring, and they will be within the squared circle. They will be allowed to do, well, they won't be allowed to do whatever they want because there are rules in this match, but they will meet for the very first time in a sanctioned match. Since Bad Blood, was it? No, not even Bad Blood. Vengeance, I believe. These two guys have so much history with one another, dating back as far as then, that it just adds to what we have now. It was Roman Reigns who was the final trigger almost, who was the final piece to the puzzle of The Undertaker turning on Mordecai, on leaving the Brood. Now, it's The Undertaker who wants to, it's Roman Reigns rather, who wants to be the one to end The Undertaker's career. And speaking of guys who want to end people's careers as well, here's a guy who's already ended a career and wants to end another. Here comes the World Heavyweight Champion towards the ring, Marty Scurll, ready for action in the main event. He called out Tanahashi last week. He said he wanted him in this ring on this evening, and he's got his wish. The ace stands on the outside, watching as the world champion heads towards the ring. And remember what Scurll said last week as well after beating Randy Orton. He said Undertaker wouldn't be the only man retiring at WrestleMania. So Scurll plans on adding another name to that list. First there was Sting. Now he looks to add Hiroshi Tanahashi to it. Ace versus villain. You couldn't get a better tale of good versus evil if you tried. We are in for that at WrestleMania when those two men meet. But we're going to get a prelude to it this evening as well. They will stand across from one another in this ring. Tanahashi willing to start things off against the man who he squared off against just a few weeks ago in a 2 out of 3 falls contest in Roman Reigns. Here we go. Main event of Monday Night Raw. WrestleMania preview coming up for you right now. We sure hope. Good for a belly to belly. They're looking to try and get some power on Roman Reigns. Superman clothesline though takes Tanahashi off his feet and knocks him back down. Roman Reigns with an aggressive start to this contest here, and every reason for it. I imagine despite his spear on The Undertaker last week to close things out, there is still deep aggression within Roman Reigns, especially towards Tanahashi as well. Remember, this is the guy who stopped him going to take on the man who he teams with right now. Look for a quick strike there. Good counter from Tanahashi. Tanahashi sends him to the corner. I think he is a man of the people, and he gives them what they want to see, and he's giving The Undertaker what he wants as well. Taker and Reigns about to lock horns with one another. The Undertaker tagged in, and here we go. Counter by Reigns. Taker sent over the top rope. Never had a moment to recover from it either. And the fight is on outside of the ring between these two now. Here we go. Squaring up. Taker with the quick shots to Reigns. Reigns with one into the gut though. Clothesline there. Didn't bring Taker off his feet, and the fight continues on out here now. Reigns sent it to the barricade. Undertaker with a headbutt. And Roman Reigns taken off his feet. The dead man does as he pleases, and he slices the throat once more to send his warning to Roman Reigns. Back in the ring we go, and back to fighting we go. Reigns swats the arm away right there. Roman Reigns going to look for a tag out of this one here. Right now sets him up against the ropes. Reigns, good strength, stun gunning Taker. And he will, yes, he will tag out here. All that talk and all that desire to get his hands on The Undertaker, and Roman Reigns tags in the villain. But here we go, dead man and the villain meeting for the very first time as well. What a meeting of the minds this one is. DDT, and the world champion goes down. Well, Scurll looked for something there, didn't get it. Taker just struck him right in the face there and took him off his feet. Big boot as well, taking him off his feet again. This is all The Undertaker right now. But it might be about to be all Tanahashi. Here we go. They're going to lock horns as well. This is set for WrestleMania. We know this one's taking place on the grandest stage of them all. And this is a chance for either guy to get their hands on one another. Chinlock applied here by Scurll. He wants to ring true about his statement of ending the ace at WrestleMania. Well, he's got to start right here tonight. Tanahashi. Nice suplex. And Scurll goes down as a result of it. Tanahashi striking in the gut right there. You can see the ace's actions. He's just kind of getting a feel for what Marty Scurll has offensively right now. He's not trying to pressure him. Wait a minute, here we go. Scurll in the turnbuckle, lining it up, looking for that super kick. Tanahashi evades it though. The ace gets out of the way. Quick strike, sling blade. Tanahashi with the sling blade, but Scurll quick with the counter. Sends him into the turnbuckle, and a tag is made. Roman Reigns, the legal man once again, and double teamwork between Reigns and the world champion. As I said earlier, Reigns once again gets his hands on Tanahashi and right in front of Taker there. Taunting him, almost offering him on, it seems. This is all Roman Reigns right now. He is assaulting Tanahashi. The ace trying to fight back here, but he is struggling right now. Good chops to the chest of Reigns. Tanahashi with a good few strikes to his name. Flying forearm as well. Undertaker definitely going to want back in this match. If I was Tanahashi, I'd look to tag him in as well. Reigns stops him. Controlled the arm there. Got the lariat. Tanahashi right up to his feet. Superman punch from Reigns. Is this enough for victory? Taker in with the save. Oh, and a big boot. Down goes the dead man though. But look at this, Reigns stopping his onslaught of Tanahashi to get one over on Taker, and Taker knocked him down. Tanahashi returning to his feet. Reigns up to his feet quicker than the ace though. Rolls it up, trying to steal one here. Tanahashi again saved by the Undertaker. And a DDT to the villain as well. Spear by Reigns. Covers him again, and for a third time, the dead man makes the save. Reigns and Taker cannot stop locking horns with one another. Taker rolls outside of the ring. Reigns covers Tanahashi. Has he beaten the ace? Absolutely not. Early kick out from Tanahashi there. Reigns desperate to win this one. Covers him again. Has he done enough? Still not the case. Another kick out from Tanahashi. Scurll back up to his feet on the apron, and Tanahashi is weakened. He has been beaten down in this match once again. The ace taking an absolute torturous beating. And the Undertaker returns onto the apron as well. Could this be where Tanahashi tries to tag in the dead man? Sweeps the leg away there. Taker, it almost seemed, was calling for the tag. Tanahashi up on his feet, sends him in the turnbuckle, and the world champion will tag himself in here. Tanahashi now almost too hungry to tag out, and he pays for it. Scurll getting out of the way there. Scurll and Tanahashi locking horns again. I think this is unwise from the ace. I really think Tanahashi should have tagged out. Straight jacket German though. Tanahashi still repping it all. Scurll rolls out of the ring. Wait a minute, Taker dropping down for... Wait a minute, the Undertaker dropping down and pulling Scurll to the outside. I think that he wanted to stop Roman Reigns getting tagged in. Undertaker couldn't wait any longer, pulling the trigger again. Undertaker and Reigns, for the third week in a row, are gonna throw down. And here we go. There is all sorts of brawling going on the outside right now. Tanahashi and Scurll on one side of it, Reigns and Taker on the other. Big headbutt. Reigns and Taker brawling, separated by the ring. Are these two incredible brawls right now. Scurll forcing Tanahashi back in the ring. That'll stop the count because Scurll and Tanahashi are the legal men. Reigns and Taker, meanwhile, are fighting up on the ramp. They are throwing socks at one another up there. Tanahashi, meanwhile, in control of Scurll. Drop kick to the back. But up now on the stage, it's Tanahashi. It's a Reigns and Taker. They're throwing haymakers, and neither's going down to them. Throwing him there to the entrance, to the cover of the entrance. I can't really see what's going on in the ring right now, but I have good eyes on what's going on between Reigns and Taker. Taker with the counter and sending him into the LED board. They're still fighting, and they're fighting all the way backstage. They have left the confines of the outer arena, and they've continued their fight backstage. Meanwhile, in the ring, there's a match still going on. Tanahashi and Scurll still fighting one another. The two legal men in this tag match doing battle, while Reigns and The Undertaker fight backstage. Scurll slamming Tanahashi down. An onslaught there from the villain. I'm receiving reports that the fight is trying to be broken up backstage, and they're not succeeding. Bird of prey! Has Scurll just beaten the ace? Oh, he was so close, but Scurll just couldn't do it. Tanahashi kicks out at 2. And now he'll look to make Tanahashi tap out. He'll look to make the ace tap out. The chicken wing is locked in, and it's locked in deep. Tanahashi could be done for here. The ace is kicking. He's fighting. He's trying to not tap out, but Scurll could have him. What a momentum change this would be heading into WrestleMania. Oh, but look at that from Tanahashi, powering his way out. Elbows his way out of that hold. Tanahashi now fighting back. Styles clash. You can never keep the ace down. Sling blade to Scurll. And after everything he's gone through in this match, high fly flow. 1, 2. Tanahashi just beat the villain. I said what a difference this could make for WrestleMania, and I was proven right. Tanahashi wins it. The Ace is victorious, and an almighty victory has been achieved for Tanahashi right now. A huge win, and while Taker and Reigns brawled their way to the very back, Tanahashi and Scurll fought on, and it was Tanahashi who conquers the villain. Is that a story for WrestleMania? Will that take place on the grandest stage of them all? If Tanahashi wouldn't stay down tonight, what's the chance of him staying down come the grandest stage? We'll find out then. That ends a hectic episode of Raw. Thank you for watching. Take care, guys. And Rezar.